it's me, Omegon, once again with another episode of GitWotch, this time with my compatriots Malcharion the War Sage.
Nothing.
And Inquisitor Rex Balgruff.
What's happening?
This is going to be awful. We're going to watch Arch be the most arrogant bastard on YouTube, and then comment on it.
Well, what have we here? Warhammer Heroes. This is apparently a nomination process currently hosted by GW, where you can write in and tell them about your Warhammer hero, somebody that has done a lot of good things for the community.
Spoilers, he's done nothing good for the community and he thinks he has.
Just why, man? Come on.
This nomination process will continue until the 31st of December, after which Games Workshop will select a winner who they will invite over to Games Workshop and present them with a shiny piece of metal. But far more important than said shiny piece of metal is the fact that Games Workshop would be recognizing that the person in question has had an overall positive effect on the hobby. Now, I'm not the most humble of persons, so I'll just come out and say it. I do believe I have had a fairly positive effect upon the hobby as a whole.
Look, man,
Malcharion,
you can't just assume that you've had a positive effect on said hobby. You're really you just sound like a stuck-up asshole right now. Like
he's Norwegian.
Just come on, man.
Wow. Malcharion, you want to tell the Inquisitor here how that whole shit went down?
Oh, Jesus Christ! I need a frame of reference here.
Like you want to tell him what kind of impact Arch Warhammer has had on the community?
I don't know, false lore, lexiconum reading, absolutely smarmy bullshit, endorsing Sargon of the Card, who was pretty much acquitted for posting CP and trying to get back at someone. Like, how can you have that kind of endorsement? That's like
wow. That's some incredibly horrendous shit.
He's done nothing correct thus far. And it's always been this sort of, I told you so shit, 2 months after anyone has ever known.
Yeah. Like, this dude started this lore channel and joined a network and had nothing. Like, he had like a few thousand subscribers at the most. And then got an endorsement by Sargon of Akkad because he made a bunch of like political, like rambling about like people trying to put politics into 40k. Except it wasn't anybody trying to really put politics into 40k. It was just like opinion pieces of some asshole on like an outlet that doesn't even talk about 40k. And like, he got so many views from it, he started thinking he was hot shit. And by the subscriber numbers, he's basically the most popular YouTuber that does anything with 40k. But he only talks about...
It's the backwash from all the endorsements he has from all these skeptics. It's like mixing tabletop and politics, and, before you fucking trap me in this whole thing like, the Imperium is political. But no, fucker.
Look, man, if you're gonna
different context.
If you're gonna mix tabletop with politics, at least try to do something like fucking, Iron Kingdoms or Dungeons and Dragons.
Let's talk about something that's retarded instead of 40k.
Yeah, man, for real. Like, come on, try that shit with Iron Kingdoms. You might actually get away with it, but you can't get away with this. Right now, you just sound like some asshole. It's got a rose garden growing in his fucking colon right now. He thinks he's hot shit, but he's really not.
Gotta take really back and
Iron Kingdoms at least is like you could talk about like steampunk World War One fucking like horse shit. This is not the place to do that.
Play like you got a pair, and also let me tell you about equality.
Let me tell you about equality in Warhammer 40k. There's untold trillions. They're all equal in death.
This fucking just listen to how fucking smarmy he is.
Not to mention, I think it would be rather hilarious if I were to be nominated for this. Not to mention, it would send quite the signal if Games Workshop was forced to acknowledge.
We're at 116.
Oh yeah.
116. Okay.
Like Like, let me just stop here to fucking talk about this. He actually thinks he's gonna fucking win this competition and go to GW and just two-fist middle fingers at people. Like this is amazing. He's actually trying to sell his fans, the people that have actually watched this seriously, and are like, "Go Arch, you're so fucking cool." Like, they actually think that he's gonna win, and this is not just a fucking, like, corporate marketing scheme where the winner is already picked out and is somebody who happens to be, like, the second cousin of, like, the old college roommate of one of the writers at Black Library.
Yeah, man.
Definitely. Like, the winner would already be preordained. This is just doing something in competition in good faith.
No, like, this is just Arch jerking himself off in front of his fans. Like, and...
Oh, yeah. I'm so gonna win this, guys. Come on, yeah. Praise me.
And just fucking... Like, the incredible fucking, like, the incredible fucking attitude he has about this, where he's just like, yeah, and then I'm gonna win, and I'm gonna show up at GW, and I'm gonna fucking, like, give them all the finger and tell them what's what, and I'm gonna shitpost at them and everything. It's like, no, dude, you're a sellout. You've been a sellout since day one. You were a fucking, you're a Norwegian cunt with a fake British accent that reads off Lexicanum articles.
Look, bruh, anyone that openly endorses Games Workshop is already a cunt.
Well, like, he doesn't openly endorse them, but, like, he's never made a fucking real cogent criticism of the shit they do. This is the dude that's like, Primaris Marines are dumb as shit, but the new fucking floating tank that looks like a pile of garbage we tracked together from land speeder kits, that's fucking cool. I love the fact that Space Marines now have, like, fucking auxiliary gear bolted onto the side of their shit. Like,
it's certainly uninvolved criticisms of the actual company that's at fault of here.
Yeah, it boggles the mind, because it means that he's either, like, a fucking shill in too deep to think he can explain to his fans what's really going on, or he absolutely fucking does not understand. Like, he has absolutely no idea of, like, how GWs work. Like, GW has never fucking been honest. Like, this is a dude, this motherfucker is like, I'm really into fantasy. I love fantasy. He does, like, fantasy lore, like, every fucking week, even though, like, fantasy since Age of Sigmar has been dead. And, like, no, it didn't get revitalized by Total Warhammer. That's just Total War fags jumping on a bandwagon that it doesn't exist. Like, it's, like, he's loves fantasy and everything, but he's gonna fucking pretend that this
he knows about 40k.
Like, that's not my point. My point is that he loves fantasy. He's supposed to know about fantasy. He talks about fantasy lore. He should know what happened during fucking, Storm of Chaos. And he actually fucking thinks that GW isn't gonna fuck with the results of a competition. Like, this is the dude that, like, I love fantasy. If you don't know, Rex, if you don't know about this, Storm of Chaos was the fucking global campaign they ran for fantasy, where the Hordes of Chaos finally were gonna take over the old world and everything. And it was gonna be awesome. And they had, like, everybody do games in their game shops and then mail in their results to GW, and they were gonna tell you what happened and build a story. And you know what happened? Fucking Chaos lost everywhere because the fucking army book they wrote for him was shit. And because the story was supposed to be Chaos wrecking ass, they just declared that Chaos almost won, and then last minute Grimgor Ironhide showed up out of nowhere and killed Archaon with a headbutt at the gates to the fucking Imperial Palace. And then was like, Chaos invasion over, guys, we win. And it was so close, it was almost catastrophically bad for the old world. But, you know, Orcs saved the day, even though they were never even fucking involved in this.
Orcs saved the day, hooray!
Yeah, like, that was the fucking, like, this was like fucking Attitude Era, like, WWE level, like, writing, where they were just like, we have no fucking way to write like, we have written ourselves into a corner on every front. We totally ignored the campaign results of this shit. And then Arch knows this. This is a thing that happened. The inverse of this also happened with the Eye of Terror campaign. And then fucking,
God.
And GW fucking just, GW did the same shit. They ignored the campaign results and just told everybody what the story they wanted to be was.
Yeah.
Eye of Terror was a straight up fucking conspiracy.
They're like, fuck actually running this campaign with people to, like, play test our game. Let's just write a fucking story.
Yeah. That was what happened during Eye of Terror. Eye of Terror fucking, Chaos and Xenos fucking destroyed so much ass. Because all the majority of the Imperial players have been, during that era and have been fucking since, 3rd edition. The majority of people who play, Imperial Guard and Space Marines, mostly Space Marines, are fucking dumb children that, like, don't know how to really play the game. And as a dumb child during that era, I can attest to this. And fucking, these motherfuckers, they were like, okay, all these campaign results are saying, like, every Xenos faction and Chaos are just destroying the Imperium. Oh fuck, the 13th Black Crusade might actually win. Okay, they campaign canceled. It's over. It didn't happen. They fucking retconned the entire global campaign because it didn't go the way they wanted. They have done this multiple times. This is fucking GW, and Arch actually thinks, like, or at least he's trying to convince his fucking followers that, like, that he is actually gonna somehow win and go to GW. And then he's convincing them that despite the fact he's a shill, despite the fact that he wouldn't have any fucking, like, he wouldn't have any fucking weight to his channel or any of that shit without Sargon of Akkad, he's just gonna fucking roll up in GW's headquarters and like, just give everybody the finger and shitpost and make jokes from 1D4chan from 10 years ago, and they're just gonna be like, oh man, we don't have an argument for this, we're totally not just gonna throw him out of the building or something.
Oh like, man, this kind of reminds me that I know it's a little odd frame of reference here, but EVE Online has something called the Council of Stellar Management, and what happens there is that certain players or certain very influential people are brought up to this whole bit in Iceland to talk with the developers on how to change the game for the better. Nothing fucking happens tangibly. They're all kicked out after a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
like
I can see that.
Of course. And it's like, it's bureaucracy and fucking circle jerking. This happens everywhere.
That's it.
And
that's it.
Like either Arch actually believes this shit and he's a fucking idiot, or he's trying to convince his fans of that and he's a snake oil merchant of the highest order.
Yes, my corporate echo chamber. Oh, I am safe.
Alright, let's just continue this, and I'll just fucking yell at him more after he says some more shit, because you're gonna fucking see some shit. You're gonna see some shit, Rex.
Alright.
Acknowledge somebody like me during our current feminine incursion. Oh, and I would also like to add that I have been officially endorsed by the finest bearded fellow this side of the equator, so...
He fucking... Oh no, Carl of Swindon! I've been endorsed by Carl of Swindon. That's 100,000 votes. I'm going to GW and I'm gonna give him the finger, guys. I'm so fucking cool. I'm gonna stop the feminist incursion.
That's the way he fucking says it. Dude.
Yes.
The finest bearded gentleman this side of the equation. Who the fuck are you talking about?
Do my Western voice. Finest bearded gentleman. This side of Warhammer.
Fucking
Chewy.
What?
Chewy.
Like old Harrison Ford, just angry about this shit. His voice is terrible. Alright, this is way off topic. We're having too much fun for a video that's supposed to just be like me being mad.
I apologize. I'm supposed to be the serious one here.
Malcharion the War Sage. I hate ADB, but I love this character. I'm a dreadnought. I do all the lore research in the background while Omegon is the face of the program. I'm so fucking cool.
Best secondary character.
ADB can't write for shit, but, like, secondary characters are okay. Lucorifice, you deserve better.
You really did.
But, no. I'm gonna have to cut that tangent out.
Oh.
Look, it's cool. Don't worry about it.
Do it.
Anyway.
We should keep going.
Yeah, that's just like, alright, so, like,
keep
moving on. Like, this fucking cunt. This unbelievable cunt. He's like, I've been endorsed by Sargon of Akkad. I'm so fucking cool, guys. Yeah. I'm gonna stop these feminists that are infiltrating GW. Like, I know they're a massive problem, even though, like, the only evidence that they're actually doing shit is, like, one Facebook group. And ADB fucking, like, virtue signaling on Bell of Lost Shills. Oh, man.
Which equates to, like, no clout at all.
Yeah, like...
But it's still enough.
Feminists destroy everything they touch, duh. But this motherfucker is, blowing he's, like, you're being hyperbolic. Like, this motherfucker is, like, he's blowing this shit way out of proportion so that he can convince people that he's gonna be, like, the savior of the fucking shit. Like, oh, man, yeah, guys, I'm gonna roll up at GW and, like, crack a bunch of misogynistic jokes. I'm gonna save the fucking day.
Well, I'll argue against, like, he's had that sort of image a while ago. Like, the way he presents himself, the way he talks, like, all these compositions of art that he puts on his videos, he's already painted himself as the savior.
Yeah. Oh, man, I have my own intro that another fan made for me. I have so many fans, I have fan art of me. Like, I love... Hang on, I gotta get a picture of it. It's not in here because he doesn't...
There's a video called Bowles Gives Feminist 40k a Platform, and you have a look at it, and it's like the feminine speak, and it's like this whole fucking Council of Astartes. Like, he's already given himself this biblical proportion.
Yeah. Like, disgusting.
That should make the choice rather obvious, in my opinion.
Get out of here.
That should make the choice rather obvious, in my opinion. Sargon of Akkad, he has so much fucking clout. I'm so fucking cool.
Yeah, alright.
Opinion. Oh, and by the way, if you are considering nominating me, first and foremost, thank you very much. I am honoured to have your nomination.
You would fucking in the right mind.
I am honoured to have your... I am honoured to have your nomination. Even though, like...
preemptive cunt.
Do you really think that Games Workshop is going to let feminists invade their ranks? And because they will not be able to sell anything to anyone after they get there.
I mean, they're dumb enough to do something like that, to be fair.
They are dumb enough, but
like,
for real, once they see how it affects their actual sales, they're going to be like...
This was a bad idea.
This was a bad idea. Oh, God.
They're gonna look at the whole library that Arch Warhammer is gonna do. Like, he's given them the name, Arch Warhammer.
That's the best shit. Let me get to that. Let me get to that for fucking Rex.
There is a part in the nomination where they ask for the full name of the hero in question. Just write in Arch Warhammer. It's primarily so that
what?
Just write in Arch Warhammer instead of a real name or something.
My name is Meta. Fear me.
This fucking douchebag. Like, oh god, this is fucking so terrible.
I am so far up my own ass.
Like, it's easier. No, he's gonna say this shit. Like, listen to this.
Games Workshop can actually find the person in question, and I'm sure they'll have a hell of a lot easier time finding Arch Warhammer than they will finding some random Norwegian by the name of Stoller.
Like, oh yeah, they'll totally look for me, dude. They're not like, even if this was like a semi-fair thing where they pretend to like look for him, they will totally fucking do some red tape bureaucracy shit and be like, well, the name you listed on this isn't real, so you don't win. Fuck off.
Definitely. They'll definitely fucking filibuster this shit.
Yeah, and like he's just like this. Like, it's just idiocy. He's either a snake oil merchant or he is totally fucking ignorant of the company that he is fucking talking about the products of. Like, he has, like, you said earlier, like, my name is Meta. It's like, I disagree with that statement because this man doesn't understand shit about Meta.
Yeah, no, he really doesn't. It's a very ironic statement, but that's all I'm saying, man. Like, he doesn't know, he thinks he knows.
So yeah, a lot of his criticism seemed very vicarious. Like, he's always doing it in the space of someone else.
Yeah, like, see, I told you guys so. I'm so fucking cool. Like, dude.
Yeah, like extrapolating all these sources for his testimony. It's like, no, dude, you just collected that shit from across the internet and put it in some sort of cogent argument.
Yeah, like, man, when I try to that was what I did with my first lore video, was, like, I did in-video citations of fucking actual model pictures from catalogs and, like, pieces of rule sets that were in fucking Rogue Trader. And for the second video I'm doing, I had to hunt down, like, first and second edition, like, PDFs from, like, some French dude. Like, no, it wasn't even a French dude. It was some dude in Bulgaria had, like, the last seed on this torrent that was all the fucking, like, first and second edition texts, and I had to hunt it down just so I can get, like, the page citations for the second lore video I'm gonna do that was gonna be on, like, the origins of the old ones and the Necrons and everything. And, like, and like, I try to actually have citations that were actually in the lore. Everybody else on fucking YouTube that does this, especially Arch, they're either it's like either circular reporting where they're citing, like, they're citing other lore channels, or they're citing the fucking Lexicanum. What?
Yeah.
Like, they're citing Lexicanum that is fucking run by GW, so they just change the shit on there whenever they want.
It's like anime. They just reference themselves and jerk each other off like really hard.
It's like
God,
Warhammer lore channels. It's like
shit.
anime. Fucking T Inquisitor Rex Balgrove. M2 017.
I mean, granted, there's a few really good ones, but then everybody else just kind of circle jerks their opinions. Like, what the fuck?
ASA, I broke into your rhino.
Hey, you got that one from me, you bastard.
Yeah, I know.
See, he's doing it. He's already doing it.
Oh no! No, I've become what I hate.
So, with all that being said, I am very interested in seeing how this all works out, but now I had best get back to making a lore video. It's been a...
I best get back to making a lore video.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I fucking sat down in my masturbatorium on a Friday night and fucking rambled about some shit that I don't even have citations for while I play Total Warhammer with one hand, and, like, on my other monitor, I, like, kind of browse the fucking Lexicanum. Like...
Yes, definitely.
Fucking, what if, like... This fucking stooge. This fucking stooge.
Come on, bro.
while, after all. So, until next time, I have been Arch.
Until next time, this has been Omegon with Inquisitor Rex Balgrove and Malcharion the War Sage. And remember, not only am I not Alfarius, but you guys should tell Arch Warhammer to give the Danes back their oil fields.
You're getting the